What's up, Domo Nation? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. No matter where you're at, we're excited to have you. And we've got some pretty heavy hitters here with us. I mean, one, of course, we've got Mellor, our Chief Strategy Officer at Domo, but we've got a couple of other special friends, 4 to be exact, who are going to be joining us over the next, 15, 20 minutes. Mellor, what's going on?
Mark, I love your energy. It's great to be here and talk about Domopalooza. Super exciting. The countdown continues.
We can't wait. 22nd to the 25th of March, 2022. We're going to be in person. Incredible venue. I've spent a lot of time there over the years. Grand America in Salt Lake City. Come and join us. Mellor, we've got some even pretty fantastic customers that we've already announced and some new ones as well. What do you want to tell us? Who's going to be joining us as customer speakers this year?
Well, so, last time we were together, we talked about the main reasons to come to Domopalooza. And there's no bigger reason than interacting with customers and people who are practitioners, who are right in trenches using the Domo product every day to solve real business challenges and expand their business, better understand data, just kind of get on with life in a data-driven world. And we've got more and more customers signing up to present to us. We've added Optum, who of course is a large healthcare provider and a pharmacy benefit manager that is using Domo extensively. We've got Sweetwater Sound, the largest online retailer of musical instruments and pro audio equipment in the United States. And we've also got ESPN. We don't have to explain who ESPN is. But those are just a few of just great customers that are doing a lot of homework to build presentations, to give in-depth views into how they're using Domo to drive their business. Another really fun one, I'm so excited because what I'm here today is the crew from Torchys Tacos. And at the risk of making everybody hungry, but hopefully everybody's kind of close to dinner time wherever they are, we're going to talk tacos with Bruce and Chris from Torchys Tacos, who will be at Domopalooza presenting. Bruce, Chris, thanks for joining. Give us a little bit of a taste, if you will, for Torchys Tacos. What are you guys about?
Yeah, so started in around 2006 as a single taco truck in downtown Austin, and since then, trying to dominate the world, take over the world one taco at a time. 100 stores, physical locations, multiple taco trucks. So a really, really cool, great growth story, great food, and the expansion is just going to continue as we try and take over the world one taco at a time. So
let me ask you maybe the obvious question here. What do data and tacos have in common?
Data and tacos are both delicious, but we need that data to sell tacos. So it's all part of that equation. So using this data in very innovative ways that really allow us to get some insights that we've never been able to get before has just been absolutely fantastic and very eye-opening.
That's cool. Give us a hint of some of the things we'll learn from y'all, or some of the topics you'll cover when you're at Domopalooza.
Yeah, so what we'll show you is how we're using all the great standard Domo tools, the connectors, the magic ETL, the visualizations, using data best practices of deduping, things like that, all using that incredible Domo toolkit to be able to develop those great analytics, that democratization of analytics, that no-code version. So we'll show you all that and what that end result is and how we can get great insight into being able to sell more tacos.
Hey, Bruce, I'm interested because rumor has it that you've had Domo at another company or two before. We like to hear the idea that once a Domo customer, always a Domo customer. And I'm living proof of that. I came just a month ago and I'm amazed at the incredible data that's at my fingertips all the time. Tell us about that, Bruce. Where have you come from and why do you keep taking it with you?
Yeah, so I remember running across it years ago at a conference and saw it and was just amazed at that magic ETL, those tiles, because it was taking us weeks to get custom dimensions and measures from our database group. Putting that in the end user's hands is amazing, and I acquired it there. And every single company I've been at since, it's one of my requirements. I'll come to that company, but I'm bringing Domo with me because it's the most amazing analytics application. That's been multiple companies I've done that at. So it is a standard part of my technology stack, and will not go anywhere without it.
Well, Bruce, what about this guy? Jason Mann here is telling us they just opened in Colorado Springs, and he loves the fried avocado taco. Is that something we ought to be aware of?
Oh, absolutely. And my favorite, and just how they name the tacos too, the Trashy Trailer Park. That's my favorite.
Sounds like something.
Trashy Trailer Park. That sounds delicious. That sounds like late night. I need a taco before I go to bed on a late Saturday night kind of thing.
Comfort food at its finest.
Chris, talk to us a little bit. So Chris heads up architectural design. When you think architectural design, I don't know that people always think, well, now that's a data-driven group. So I want you to help us dispel that myth, Chris, that you are indeed using data at extremely high levels to decide how you're going to build.
Well, yes. With what we're doing, we're looking at we're actually looking at how our stores are operating. We're looking at drilling down into using the data to allow us to my words are losing me. Sorry. We're looking at it to figure out our table selections right now. So that's one of the big things that we're looking at. So we need to understand how our customers coming into the store are actually seating and how many people are we actually seating at each one of those tables. We're using table tracker data along with our sales data from our POSs to correlate and extrapolate that kind of information so that we can better design our front of house facilities. So if we are designing oversized for square footages, or if we're not running the right types of tables to optimize for seating for people inside the store, that's the things that we're looking at first. From there, we're going to be looking at, we're going to get into changing the back of house. We want to be able to optimize our storage facilities so that we can make them run as efficient as possible. We're looking at how our outdoor seating and our indoor seating correlate with one another, how the temperature affects where people are actually going to sit during different times of the year, or even what weather is affecting. This also leads into being able to make construction cost decisions as well. Something that we look at is how much every single thing that we build costs, and how do we make that cheaper. And so having the data to back up saying you do not need this, or this system is being too expensive, we want to be able to cut it and be able to provide a different option that is more cost effective and easier to install and maintain.
So Chris, what you're telling me, you're at about 100 locations right now. As you build and grow in the future, you're going to be using Domo to determine where do we go, how do we build, how many seats, are they indoor, are they outdoor? Is that all fair?
Yes, that's all fair.
Mellor, what do you think?
Interesting, Mark, when you introduced Chris as head of architectural design, I would bet 95% of the people on this broadcast thought data architecture. And Chris, you're talking about how are tables laid out for optimal flow, for temperature, for indoor versus outdoor seasonality. I mean, that just kind of puts the rubber on the road of how data can be applied for just day-to-day operations of a business. That's really cool.
Yeah, one of the really cool things too is obviously with visualizations, you have the standard, you have the pie charts, you have the bar charts. We're able to upload our store maps and visualize the data against a store map. So that's really, really cool, being able to see our data exactly on top of our store layout to see where people are moving. So great functionality in Domo being able to do that.
That's awesome. So anybody who's thinking about optimizing physical spaces, whether that's retail, restaurants, manufacturing, there's lessons to be learned here for how to optimize flow, visualize data, etc. Very cool.
Absolutely.
Bruce and Chris, I'd love to talk to you more. I'd love to eat more with you more than anything. We'll do that at Domopalooza. But everyone, big round of applause for Bruce and Chris. We're going to lovingly shove them off to the side for a minute. But don't worry, they're coming back. we want to make sure you know how cool the story is, and that you ought to come see more of it at Domopalooza with us, the 22nd to the 25th. But we got to keep moving on here, or else Meller's wife's going to get mad that I'm keeping him out too late. So big round of applause for my friend. See, he had to leave. He had to leave. He's in trouble. Ed and India from our training, Domo University team. Sorry, guys. Meller had to run and get a taco.
I let my dog in. My dog was scratching at my door. Really bad timing. Apologies.
So we've got Ed and India here from our training team in Domo University. And this week we made a pretty cool announcement that we are doing pre-conference training again in Salt Lake, 21st and 22nd, that Monday and Tuesday. Grand America. Ed, tell us all about what pre-conference training is.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mark. Really excited that this is coming back. So I've been with Domo for a while. I've been involved in all of the Domopaloozas from the beginning. So my Domopalooza experience is very much tied to pre-conference training. Being there with the customer, with the people actually using it, and getting that face-to-face time, helping them actually go through the process, get their hands dirty, if you will. And that's a fantastic part about the pre-conference training. We have a lot of, I guess, just kind of fun foundational courses, but I don't want to get into that too much because India's actually going to talk about some of the other offerings we have. And that's one of the great things with pre-conference training. Because we have everybody here, we have kind of the full capabilities of the Domo staff. We get to pull in a lot of experts to provide some exceptional courses that kind of are just for Domopalooza. So it's a great opportunity. A couple days before, just kind of priming the audience for the Domopalooza proper. And that's one of the things I like about it so much is that, especially getting into it, the course that I'm most excited about is actually a new user kickstart. So we get people that are less experienced or maybe brand new to Domo, and that especially for Domopalooza, that tends to be a lot of the executives, a lot of the decision makers that have their teams using Domo and kind of overseeing, but they don't really get a lot of hands-on times themselves. They're busy with strategy, planning meetings, or just meetings in general. This is a time for them to actually get immersed, get comfortable and fluent with the platform that so many of their people are using. And for them to see that and get that hands-on time, really expanding their understanding, their comfort with the Domo platform, it's pretty fantastic. You see just that direct application. I know a comment I had from, I think it was a CIO from a company saying, "Oh, my team's going to be so busy when I get back," because they like, "Oh, this is what's possible," And it's a great primer for Domopalooza because going through that training, you see, all right, here's really that foundation, how this works, the various ways that it can be leveraged and used. And so when you get into kind of Domopalooza proper, and you hear all the announcements, you see all the new great options. It's building on that foundation, and you have a better understanding of, oh, we can do that now. It's great. It's just really fun.
So, Ed, you've been to a few of these before, it sounds like. This is the place where we have our very best trainers, our very best consultants in rooms across these hotels, and they are helping you become experts. There are literal Domo certifications that you can earn while you're at pre-conference training. India, I think you wanted to tell us a little bit about an apps. There's a couple of apps courses that we're going to do at pre-con this year, right?
Absolutely. I think for those of us who are really familiar with Domo, it's very important that you understand the power that you have of using it in your own hands. So learning how to build apps, ingestion, automation, and saying, okay, I'm going to take that app, I'm going to publish it out, and then connect it to my data. That is so powerful. And with that, we have actually two apps classes. So level 1, where you want to know how to do it. This is the introductory of what you need. And then level 2 of saying, okay, I know how to do it. Now, how do I take it to the next level? So maybe focusing on the libraries of tools, the framework that you want to focus on. And I think that it's when you learn how to do that kind of stuff, you really start understanding, aside from just the introductory stuff, as Ed said. But if I'm an intermediate or an advanced user at Domo, how can I take it to the next level and develop something within Domo myself, and connect it to my data?
Mellor, what are you most excited about for PreCon this year?
Love it. What's that? Sorry?
I said, what are you most excited about? What questions do you want to ask our dear friends Ed and India?
Well, I think India hit on one part that I think is really exciting, and that's the apps platform. And about that a little bit last year, intelligent apps are, it helps you put Domo right in the hands and in the place where people are using it. And it's not BI. It really shatters the boundaries of BI and puts it more into how do I redefine a work process? How do I ingest data that might have been just living on a shelf somewhere and I've never really used it? But India, I'm super excited about that, and so glad you're driving that charge.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite classes so far. So I'm a little biased.
I'm sure it'll be awesome.
So
yes.
we are again super excited to have everybody out at DP this year, happening the 22nd to the 25th. But don't forget, PreCon is happening the 21st and the 22nd. Bruce and Chris are going to be out here whether they want to or not, because they're speaking. Their teams, I'm sure, are coming.
I'm bringing tacos.
They better be bringing tacos.
Bruce, I need to have a taco. I need to taste a taco. I've been to Austin and I'm in love. I didn't even know you guys were in Austin, so I'm sold.
We're headquartered, yeah. I'll try and get the truck up there.
It's taco time.
Give me a
JJ
taco,
Lee
I
here.
can teach you how to build some apps.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
Apps for tacos. JJ Lee, I think, is saying that he wants you in Utah. So see what you can make happen.
I'm down with that.
JJ, you come to DP and we might have some tacos for you, my friend. So I made a really tough decision. Bruce and Chris, did you guys notice that Bruce changed the guitar behind him?
That's from Sweetwater, that guitar.
Sweetwater. Oh. We are throwing product placements down in the show. But if everyone's okay with it, I just love this Michael Shevelson, one of our great customers out in California. And Michael, with Bruce and Chris's approval, we want you at DP this year, and we're going to fund your pass. So shoot me a note, mark.booth with an E, don't forget it, the proper way of spelling booth, at domo.com. Shoot me a note. We're going to take care of your pass this year. We are so excited to have everybody with us 22nd to the 25th. Click on that link, register today. We're going to kick these things off. Mel and I both need a little break during the holiday season. So that first Wednesday after the new year, I think it's the 5th, we're going to be back with new customers to chat about, maybe some new entertainment. I don't know what else we've got in store from Mellor, but I'm sure we'll have some surprises.
It's all building. It's the rolling thunder.
Awesome. Well, Domo University team, India and Ed, thank you. Chris and Bruce, thank you so much. Sweetwater Sound, you heard us calling you out on there. We'll see you in January. Congratulations, Michael, and see y'all at DP 22.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.